Afternoon everyone, I hope you're all safe, well and dry, ideally. This is quite a long video, there's lots of staff with lots of things to say, so I'm going to pass on to them quite quickly. I would begin by saying that our first week back saw us getting into our routines, well, as far as possible, given there was a strike midweek with the primary being off on the Tuesday and the high schools being off on the Wednesday. But I do hope that you took my advice from last week and used the time to either jump onto Google Classroom or that you enjoyed reading and pursuing your hobbies. All good learning activities. As for me, just a wee short bit, most of my week was spent catching up with the deputies and the principal teachers, making sure that we were set for the term ahead. Also meeting our contractors, ensuring that all's well with the building and that all our contracts and all the orders that we need to run the school and the building are all in hand. I tend to find that the Christmas holidays and the bad weather always add a degree of disruption that we have to negotiate. However, having said that, and back to curriculum, Friday saw me at a head teachers conference which included a session with civil servants for the Scottish Government discussing another part of the ongoing national review. Now, I've shared that information with you over the last 6 months or so on videos and in letters and with government links. Following on from the recommendations made by the OECD, which you've seen a report of, and the MU report, which I've sent you a copy of, we've now started to look at reviewing the school curriculum across the country. These sort of discussions focused on how we view the curriculum as it stands just now, how the BGE, S1 to 3, links into the senior phase, S4 to 6. Should we have compulsory subjects? If we do, how many should we have? And whatever changes we make, are we going to make these in a sensible time frame? These are the type of areas for discussion that we're going to have with pupils, and I would ask you to look out for future podcasts. We've got kids in Oban and kids in Tyree making podcasts this term, and their views will come to the fore in these podcasts, and that might help you share your views when we put out the review links for this next one. I've already sent out the links for the qualifications and assessment, the Gaelic and Scots language and the skills review. But if you missed any of them and you want to know more, just Google Scottish Government Education National Review and that will take you to all the national links of all the different parts of the review. Right, that's enough for me. I'm going to pass on to quite a busy video from staff and pupils. Please try and watch it all. It is a bit longer than normal, but if you've not got the time, at least scroll to the people who are most likely to give you the information you want.
Hi everyone, I hope you had a really lovely holiday and a nice new year. We've really enjoyed our first week back, especially when giving our assembly to Dermot yesterday. There we talked about maintaining a good sleep schedule and our mental health during exam season.
We're really excited to welcome the Eco Committee to the Assembly Hall next week. We'd also both like to wish you good luck in your prelims, and hopefully the work you put in so far will pay off.
Hope you have a good week.
Hi everyone, I hope you're well and that you're able to get some really good quality downtime over the Christmas break. I'd like to chat through how we can join together in supporting our seniors over the next few months leading up to our final SQ exams that start at the end of April. It's a stressful time for pupils, families and staff as we all work tirelessly to ensure every young person can reach their potential. But we often hear that families are perhaps a bit unsure of how to support a young person beyond ensuring good attendance, good effort and being well rested and so on. There are a number of really crucial roles families and supporters can do from home. Across the country, young people sitting 7 National 5s or 5 Highers are encouraged to find 10 hours to revise and complete tasks out with school. This sounds a massive task, but in fact it's not that difficult to organise. Imagine the benefits that an extra 150 hours of revision would do to confidence and progress. There are a number of ways you can find those 10 hours. For example, attending supported study sessions after school each week. That could use up to 4 of those 10 hours. Or perhaps, if a young person spends a lot of time travelling to and from school, they could make audio recordings of key points they could listen to, or use apps like Microsoft Lens to convert text to audio. I can't read on a bus, and it's maybe not that cool reading on a bus. So after that, you spend a further hour each night, and suddenly you've still got plenty of crucial downtime and social time, but you've found 10 hours. Families are key to supporting, encouraging, and helping young people stick to these plans. Knowing the schedule and asking to see work completed, or asking how you're getting on with that specific target. One of the big differences that recent learning strategies has taught us is that it's not rereading stuff or highlighting stuff that helps. It's actually practicing recall. So finding that information again, getting the information out and onto a page is what you need to practice. One of the best ways to do this is through the use of flip cards. So the key points are detailed on the card. It's handed then to a family member, and a young person then tells you the key points on that card. They may need a few hints at the start, but repetition will help with this. Don't forget to look at the New School website, which has some great resources for you to use. And please look out for sessions with Mr. Champion on learning and revising strategies. Families have previously found this to be really, really helpful. And these will hopefully be in person and online to try and support as many to attend as possible. Now is definitely the time to start, as small changes over the next 15 weeks could have a massive impact. I'll go over some of the other supports we are working with young people on over the next few weeks. I hope that was useful, and have a great week. Thanks very much.
Martin va hula dunne, blanúr va gan hula dunne. Ronolig rein sin ar chiad la gaelic, se la gema sporsel agus sedavagol vaun, agus a sin gema taingel go Meister Lament is Miss McKinnon son hula sin chulir doi. Happy New Year to everyone. We did our first Gaelic Immersion Day just before Christmas. Our Gaelic S1 and 2 pupils took part in activities such as baking and shinty. They worked with Mr. Lament and they worked with Miss McKinnon to have a really successful day, getting an opportunity to use their Gaelic in different contexts and learn new vocabulary. So well done to everybody who took part in that, and a big thank you to Mr. Lament and a big thank you to Miss McKinnon for everything they did to put the day in order and to organise everything. Looking forward, we're starting to make our plans for transition at the moment. So P7 parents who will be coming up to Open High School in August will start to get some information regarding some of the visits that we're going to be doing to primary schools, and also some evening events that we're going to put on where the deputy head teachers and guidance teachers and some of our pupils come out to meet our P7 families and have a talk about life at Open High School. So please look out in future months and let people know. We'll be working closely with primary schools and families so that you're very aware of everything that's going to be going on with the transition programme over the next few months. And I really look forward to working with everybody and helping you prepare for transition to Open High School, and indeed to welcome you to Open High School in June and August this year.
Hello everybody. It was really lovely to welcome all our pupils back. On the first day I did 6 assemblies to each year group, and the key messages were that we thrive on routines and high expectations. The pupils listened really, really well. I was very, very proud of them. We talked about starting school on time, being in full uniform, being welcomed in at the front door. If it's really pouring with rain, the pupils will be let in a little bit early. But if the weather's just a bit drizzly and so on and so forth, we'll open the doors at 5 to 9. So if they could get used to bringing coats and waterproofs, that would be helpful. We talked about walking the corridors nice and calmly, as they always do. About our teachers meeting and greeting at the door. We're going to continue to sanitise our hands, etc., because we know that that reduces some of the illnesses that pupils and staff may be prone to. We talked about how good the food at lunchtime is in our school canteen, but that if pupils choose to go out to school, then they need to consume the food out of school. We can't have the food brought into school because of the problems with getting rid of the waste and the litter. It was really lovely to see them looking so smart and listening so well. And then I just finished off by reminding everybody that we are all facing very difficult times. And I just asked them for the next few months just to have in the forefront of their minds, let's just be kind to each other. What are we doing to make somebody's life a little bit happier? And I pointed out that not only will that make a difference to the person who's receiving that, but it also makes a little bit of a difference to the giver, and it makes them feel good as well. So it was all about everyone being kind to each other. So thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Ellie McInnes. I'm one of your sport ambassadors here at Oban High School, and I'm here to deliver your weekly news. So first of all, congratulations to Christina McAloon and Anna Forgrave, who have been selected for the next stage of the Under-16s Rugby Glasgow North Origin Series. The Under-16s girls rugby team are also waiting for a new date for their cup final due to it being postponed in December for bad weather. School of Rugby here at Oban High School are taking part in the Power Championships held by Glasgow Warriors. Josh Olds and Hayley Ward were at this launch earlier, meeting professional rugby players and coaches. All clubs this week are back to normal and our timetable has been put back on the website. For girls football, Martin Ray is taking sessions after school. All footballers should attend, and we have got a big competition coming up in Torryglen soon. The dance show is coming up, so on the 31st and the 1st of February, that is when the dance show is, and you can buy tickets at the Corn Halls. And lastly, Under-18s girls rugby is on at a Wednesday 4 till 5 on the Astro pitch here at the school. It is currently training only, but friendlies can be arranged if there is a certain amount of numbers.
Well done to our youth ambassador Ellie McInnes for winning the Scottish Under-18s Scottish Cup with Glasgow City last Sunday. They beat Celtic 1-0 at Petershead. Ellie was too embarrassed to say this herself, so here I am doing it for her.